Hi everyone, let's continue Python programming. I have already told you in previous video how you have to download Python and Anaconda, as well as how you have to run Jupyter Notebook. And we are going to run all these codes in Jupyter Notebook. So that is the interface when you are going to open this Jupyter Notebook. And here is you can see here number of the notebooks, I mean untitled. That would be, I will show you how you have to interpret each and everything. So let me start Python 3, right? And this is my one of new file is open, and that is untitled 3. So first of all, what we have to do, first of all, we have to rename this file. So rather than untitled 3, I will say this is a Python. I would write Python uh, day 2 video, right? I had given this name Python day 2 video, right? So that is, you can see Python day 2 video. So first of all, we understand what are these all icons, what we have to do in file. File means new notebook. Suppose you want to open a new notebook, then you can press here. And suppose those are the some existing file that should be open over here. So you have to press this, make a copy, save as, you can rename, and save and checkpoint, revert to checkpoint. I mean all these functions, and download also. Once you have to finish, right, your all these coding, so these are the ways through which you have to download latex file. Also you can download notebook. And here is I have because by default this notebook would be .ipynb, right? This would be the extension of the file name. Then you can see this is the edit. Here is, these are the some shortcuts, right? Cut cell, copy cell, space cells above, delete cell, and split cell, right? In our studio also we have learned some shortcuts. Same thing we have to learn over here. And as we have to do practice, so we can use all these shortcuts. Then we come to the view. Right, so there is the header, toolbar, what you want, shift, and all these toggle line numbers you can use. Then after that you can see insert cell above and insert cell below. Like suppose you want to press this insert cell above, right? So you can see on this cell, I mean there's the one cell is inserted, and after that suppose I want to say insert cell below, so that cell is already that is created over here. So now what we have to do, run cells, all these control minus enter, run cell and select below, right? All these functions we are going to use. Then kernel is basically we have to execute. That is we that would execute all these codes over here. Right, so we can restart also, we can reconnect, we can shut down as well as this thing. So now, so how we have to use this? First of all, let's say types of data. You understand there are the 4 types of data. First is integer, right? So let me, what is integer? And it is like our studio also. So suppose I am just writing, this one is the hash. So I'm just giving this types of data, right? Types of data. So it will not run as code. Suppose you want to run this, it will not run as code because I had put it hash sign. Now, suppose I want to write x equal to 5, right? So I want to run this x equal to 5. Up now I want to know what type of this data. So simply I have to write type, then I would press X. X is variable. It's very simple, and we have used in our studio also previously. X, these are the temporary variables, these are created here. So I had put it 5 value in this x variable, right? So whatever is the value I would like to put in this x variable, so that is temporarily these values can be changed. So suppose I want to type x and then I want to run. So you can see here, this is the output is integer. It is telling to us, I mean, what kind of variable is x is integer. Now what we have to do, let's say, and now I am writing x equal to 1.5, right? So let me run this. And after that, I want to know this is what kind of data. So simply I would write x, type x, then again I have to run. So you can see this is the floating variable, whereas we are using decimals 3.4, 4.6, 18.6, 19.6 or 25.4, right? All these where we are using decimals, this kind of data, we are calling it floating variable, floating data. And now suppose I want to see x equal to, let's say I'm using this, I'm using true, right? True. And let me run this, and I want to know this is what kind of data. Again, I have to use the same function. This is the type, and I am just writing x. And now I have to press run. And now, yes, it's a Boolean. Boolean means true or false, right? There are two categories, yes or no. I mean, this kind of data is known as Boolean data. And after that, suppose I want to know, let's say x equal to, and double string, double quote, and I had written, let's say, my name is Ram, right? And simply I just want to run this, right? So now you can see, again I want to know what this is, the what kind of data. So simply I would write x and I would run this, and now you can see string. This kind of data is known as string. So these are the basically 4 types of, you can see, data, right? So I had already discussed in my this video also types of data. String means here is the some string, some characters, right? And that is in either in the single quote or in the double inverted commas. And integer means any number, and floating means like decimal points, 31.64, 42.14, etc. And boolean means true or false. Right, so types of data, you understand how we have to run this kind of data in our Jupyter notebook, or in this, we can say in Python. Next, we come to the types of operators, right? So arithmetic operators, logical operators, relational operators, right? So one by one, we have to run all these operators in our Jupyter notebook. So let's say, now here is, I'm giving you title of this. Here is types of operators. And this would be my statement. It will not run as a code. So suppose you want to run, it will not run. So what we have to do, fine. Suppose you want to see output of this. What could be output of this? Let's say x equal to my name is Ram, right? So suppose I'm writing simply print, and I'm just writing, if suppose you would like to write x, because right now x variable, in the x variable, this is the value. So my name is Ram, right? Otherwise, what you have to do, simply you have to write print, and these are the parentheses. And after that, suppose I'm writing my name is John. What happened? Why is no? Because wherever it is green sign, right, that means that is the some codes over there you cannot use as a string. Why? Because I have not given any inverted commas. So that is why it is given syntax error. That is invalid syntax. Right? So what I have to do, simply you have to write print, then after that parenthesis, and you have to use inverted commas. And now you will write, my name is Sita. Right? So simply what I have to do, I would run this, then you can see this is the output. My name is Sita. Otherwise, if you have not, I just want to differentiate both these statements, both these quotes, because here is I have not used inverted commas. So that is why this is the syntax error. That is invalid syntax. At but moment I had used these inverted quotes, so that is my name is Sita. Now, what we have to do, first of all, arithmetic operators we are going to use. So what I have to do, simply I will write x equal to 5. Right. So let me check what is the value of the x, what is in this variable 5. Output you can see. And now I am writing y equal to, let's say, 7. So simply I want to see what is in this variable y. I have to press run 7. And now what I have to do, x plus y, right? Simply both these. And simply I want to run. So you can see 5, because x value is 5, was already stored in x variable 5, and in y variable 7. Those 5 and plus 7 is equal to 12. And same thing you have to do, x minus y, right? So simply I will run this. So you can see minus 2, because x value is 5, y value is 7. And let's say suppose I want to write y minus x. So now I want to run. So now this value would be positive, right? So because y value is greater than x. Now what we have to do, let's say I am going to write x multiplied, right? I'm going to use multiplication sign and y. And simply I want to run this. So you can say 7 5s are 35, right? And x divided by y, right? So what I have to do, let's say I will run this. So you can see this is the value of x divided by y, means x value is 5, 5 divided by 7. So this is the value. And suppose, let's say we are doing reverse. So y divided by x. So that would be because y is greater than x. And now I want to run. So simply 1.4, that is the output. So I'm sure you understand what is variables, and what kind of data, I mean, various kinds of data we are going to use, and how we have to put values in these variables. So we will continue the same kind of learning. First of all, small things we have to understand. And after that, we are going to perform some statistical analysis in Python. Right. So I'm sure this video would be helpful, and please keep watching. Thank you.